Today I am going to present what is influence line and how to draw the influence line diagram of simply supported beam and cantilever beam. So far we have discussed for static loading how to draw the bending moment and shear force by different loading, dead load, live load. But this chapter is dealing with the moving load. So when the load is moving across a road, across a bridge, what is the effect on the bending moment, shear force and reaction? And where you will get the maximum bending moment, maximum shear force? In the case of moving load, the loading position change from point to point. So at what position you will get the maximum value of the shear force, bending moment or reaction? That we'll discuss in this chapter. The position of load moving across a beam produces the most severe effect in respect of only one specified quantity, either a support reaction or shear or moment at a section of a beam. The particular position of the load to evaluate the maximum value of the specified quantity has to be determined either by inspection or by trial and error method. It is obvious the specified quantity varies across the span of the beam as the load position changes, and it is a laborious procedure to calculate the specified quantity for a particular set of moving loads. The graphical representation of such variations are called the influence lines or influence line diagram. The influence line diagram for a specified effect such as support reaction, shear or moment at a specified point may be defined as a curve, the ordinates of which shows the variation of that effect caused by the unit load moving across the beam. A designer analyzes the beam for various positions of loads so as to get the maximum shear force and bending moment values due to moving loads. To identify the position of loads for maximum shear force and bending moment at the specified sections, influence line diagram can be used. The influence line diagram is explained and used for finding maximum value of shear force and bending moment. These are some of the definition of influence line from different literature. In the literature, researchers have defined influence line in many ways. Some of the definition of influence line are given below. So these are some of the definition. An influence line is a diagram whose ordinates, which are plotted as a function of distance along the span, give the value of an internal force, a reaction or a displacement at a particular point in a structure as a unit load move across the structure. Then, in other way, an influence line is a curve, the ordinate to which at any point equals the value of some particular function due to unit load acting at that point. Also, you can say an influence line represents the variation of either the reaction, shear, moment, or deflection at a specified point in a member as a unit concentrated load moves over the member. When a unit concentrated load moves across the member, so you have to find out the position of the load where you will get the maximum value of shear force or maximum value of the bending moment. That you have to find out, and the curve between the position and the maximum quantity, that is the influence line diagram. Influence line diagrams are drawn for various stress resultants like reaction, shear force, bending moment at specified points. So you can draw the influence line diagram for reactions, shear force and also bending moment at specified points. Influence line diagram for a stress resultant is the one in which ordinate represent the value of the stress resultant for the position of unit load at the corresponding abscissa. So you have to take along the abscissa, this is the position of the load, and in ordinate you have to take the stress resultant. At what position you will get the maximum stress resultant. The stress resultant, that may be the bending moment, or maybe the shear force, or maybe the deflection. So by taking this quantity, you can draw the influence line diagram. For example, if figure 1 represents the ILD for moment at section C in the beam AB, the ordinate O represents the value of bending moment at C when a unit load is acting at section 1-1. So look at this figure. This is one simply supported beam, and this is the unit load moving across the beam. So this is the position of the load, and this is the influence line diagram. So at different position of load, you have to find out the maximum stress. So here you see this is the influence line diagram for moment. Here at section 1-1, this is the ordinate, but here you will get the maximum value of the bending moment. So at the position C, you will get the maximum bending moment. For example, if figure 1 represents the ILD for moment at section C, this is ILD for moment at section C. At section C, this is the ILD for moment, influence line diagram for moment in the beam AB. Then the ordinate O represents the value of bending moment at C. The ordinate O, here what is the ordinate? This represents the value of the bending moment at C. When a unit load is acting at section 1-1. When a unit load is acting at section 1-1, so this is the bending moment position, maximum bending moment position. When a unit load is acting at a section 1-1 here, so this is the maximum value of the bending moment. So this is the influence line diagram for the moment at C. Then coming to the sign convention. So you have to use the sign convention for shear force and bending moment. So here you see, this is the sign convention for shear force, and this is the sign convention for bending moment. Take this is positive shear force. The right side downward force and left side upward force. So this is you take the positive shear force. Similarly, take this is the positive moment. Right side anti-clockwise moment and left side the clockwise moment. This is the direction of the moment. So if the right side is anti-clockwise direction and if left side is clockwise direction, then this is the positive moment. This is the positive sense of shear force and bending moment. So this is the positive sense of shear force and this is the positive bending moment. So you have to follow this one, this sign convention for influence line diagram. Then how to construct the influence line? The construction of influence lines can be done by using any one of the two approaches. One can construct the influence line at a specified point P in a member for any parameter that you can draw for the reaction, or you can draw for the shear, or you can draw for the moment. At a specified point, you have to draw the influence line diagram for any parameter that you may take reaction or shear or moment. In the present approaches, it is assumed that the moving load is having dimensionless magnitude of unity. What is the unit load is moving across the beam, and you have to find out at a specified point what is the influence line diagram for the different parameter, that may be the reaction or maybe the shear force or maybe the moment. Classification of the approaches for construction of influence lines is given in figure 3. So this is the classification of approach. So there are two approaches. You can draw the construction of influence line. You can construct the influence line by two approaches. So the first approach is your tabular values. By using the tabular values, you can draw the influence line, or by using the influence line equation, you can draw the influence line. Coming to the tabular value and influence line equation. So in tabular value, so you have to apply a unit load at a different location along the member, say at X, and these locations apply statics to compute the value of parameter, reaction, shear, force or moment at a specified point. The best way to use this approach is to prepare a table listing unit load at X versus the corresponding value of the parameter calculated at the specified point, that is reaction, shear force or moment, and plot the tabulated values so that the influence line diagram can be constructed. So here you have to take the, in x-axis you have to take the position of the load, and in y-axis you have to find out the parameter at the specified point, that is reaction, shear force or moment in a tabular form. Then you have to draw the curve by taking these tabular values so that you will get the influence line diagram. Then how to draw the influence line using the influence line equation. So here you have to derive the general mathematical equation to compute the parameters, that is the reaction, shear force or moment at a specified point under the effect of moving load at a variable position of X. Because in x-axis, when the unit load is moving across a beam, so you have to compute the parameter reaction, shear force or moment using the mathematical equations. Then you can draw the influence line diagram. So here influence line can be constructed by deriving a general mathematical equations to compute parameters, example reaction, shear force, moment at a specified point under the effect of moving load at a variable position X. At a variable position X, so you have to find out the parameter reaction, shear force or moment at a specified point. Then you can draw the influence line diagram. Influence line diagram for determinate structure. Coming to the influence line diagram for determinate structure. So you know what is determinate structure. So simply supported beam is a determinate structure, and a cantilever beam is also a determinate structure. And this overhanging beam is also a determinate structure. Here we will discuss the influence line diagram for determinate structure. That is the influence line diagram for a simply supported beam, influence line diagram for cantilever beam, influence line diagram for a single overhanging beam, and influence line diagram for double overhanging beam. So these are the different beams, the determinate structure. So you can draw the influence line diagram of these beams. So here we will discuss by influence line equation, because there are two approaches. So one is that is by using the tabular value you can draw the influence line, and using the influence line equation also you can draw the influence line. So here we will discuss by influence line equation how to draw the influence line diagram. First, coming to the influence line diagrams for simply supported beams. So here you draw the influence line diagram for reaction at support A and reaction at support B, shear force and bending moment at a section C. So for this position, for this point, specified point C, you have to draw the influence line diagram for bending moment and shear force. So at the specified point C, you have to draw the influence line diagram for bending moment and shear force. And for the reaction at A, you have to draw the influence line diagram. And for the reaction at B, you have to draw the influence line diagram. So here we will discuss the influence line diagram for reaction at support A, and for reaction at support B, and for shear force and bending moment at section C. This is a simply supported beam. And the end of the simply supported beam is A and B, and the reaction at the end A is RA, and the reaction at the end B is RB. This is the unit load moving across the beam. when the unit load is present at a distance x from the support A, you have to find out what is the shear force and bending moment at a section C, and for that you have to draw the influence line diagram. So let us take this point. C point is at a distance Z from the support A. Capital L is the length of the simply supported beam AP, and Z is the position of the section C, Z, and X is the position of the unit load that you take from the support A. So this is beam with unit load. First to draw the influence line diagram for reaction at A. Because you see the reaction at A, this is RA, and the reaction at B, this is RB. So first to draw the influence line diagram for reaction at A, RA. ILD for reaction at A, this is RA. So this is reaction at A and this is reaction at B. And this is the unit load that is at a distance X from the support A. And this is the length of the beam L. Let the unit load be at a distance X from support A, this one. By taking moment about B, find out the reaction RA. So first to take the moment about B, RA into L is equal to 1 into L minus X. Then reaction at A is equal to 1 into L minus X by L is equal to 1 minus X by L. This is the relation between position and the reaction, and this is the position and this is the reaction at A. So for different position, you will get the influence line diagram for the reaction RA. So here RA is equal to 1 minus X by L. So here the RA is linearly varying with X. That is, RA is linear variation with X. And here you see, this is the position of the load at a distance X from the support A. And when the position of the load at the point A, so what is the reaction? And when the position of load at a point B, what is the RA? What is RA? Because this is the relation between the RA and the position of the load. But you have to find out for different position of load, what is the value of RA? You have to find out here for different position of unit load, what is the reaction RA? When you put X equal to 0 in this equation, so RA is equal to 1. When the unit load is present at the point A, so the reaction is 1. RA is equal to 1. And when the unit load is present at B, that is, you have to put X is equal to L. L by L, this is cancelled. Then 1 minus 1 is equal to 0. So when X is equal to L, RA is equal to 0. So here the reaction is equal to RA is equal to 0. When the unit load is present at a point A, RA is equal to 1. And when the unit load is present at a point B, RA is equal to 0. So here you will get the maximum value of the reaction, and here you will get the minimum value of the reaction. When the load moving across the beam from left hand to right hand. This is the influence line diagram for reaction at A. Then coming to influence line diagram for reaction at B, that is RB. You have to draw what is the influence line diagram for the reaction at B, that is for RB. By taking moment about A, find out the reaction. Here you take the moment from the support A, take the moment and find out the reaction. RB into L is equal to 1 into X. Then RB is equal to X by L. So here also you see this is the relation between the reaction and the position of the load. This is the reaction at B and this is the position of the load. RB is equal to X by L. So here this is the RB is linearly varying with X. That is, RB is linear variation with X. Here also you can find out when the unit load is present at A, what is the value of RB, and when the unit load is present at B, what is the value of RB? That you have to find out. Here you got the relation when the unit load is present at a distance X from the support A, that is RB is equal to X by L. And when X is equal to 0, so RB is equal to 0. when you will put here x is equal to L, RP is equal to 1. L by L is equal to 1, RP is equal to 1. So this is when x is equal to 0, RP is equal to 0, and when x is equal to L, RP is equal to 1. So this is the influence line diagram for reaction at B, that is RB. So when the unit load is present at A, you will get the minimum RB. And when the unit load is present at B, you will get the maximum RB. This is the influence line diagram for reaction at B. Then coming to influence line diagram for shear force at C. Then you have to find out, this is the section you take, see the point, and here you have to find out what is the bending moment and what is the shear force. And for that bending moment and shear force, you have to draw the influence line diagram. When the unit load is moving from A to B, for this section, moment and shear force, you have to draw the influence line diagram. So, this C point is present at a distance Z from the support A, and the unit load is present at a distance X from the support A, and this is the length of the B. Let's see with the section at a distance Z from the support A when X less than Z, because here you see this is the section, and for this section, what is the shear force at the C, and for that shear force you have to draw the influence line diagram. So here you see, so this is the right side of the section and this is the left side of the section. When the unit load is present, left side of the section, that is when X is less than Z. When X is less than Z, so that case, so what is the shear force? What is the shear force at C? What is the shear force at C? When X is less than Z, shear force at C is equal to FC is equal to, so what is the shear force here? When we are considering this right portion, right side of C, so only there is one reaction at B. And due to this reaction, what is the shear force here? Because this is right side upward force, so right side upward force take negative, shear force at C is equal to minus RB. But you know, the reaction at B is equal to X by L. So the shear force at C, FC is equal to minus RB is equal to minus X by L. Here also you see the shear force varying linearly with X. And you can also find out for different positions, the unit load is, so this load is present left side of the C. So you have to consider this load between A and C. When the unit load is present at A, that is for X is equal to 0, what is the shear force? And when X is equal to Z, what is the shear force? That you have to find out. When X is equal to 0, when X is equal to 0, so here you put X is equal to 0, so the shear force here is equal to 0. And when X is equal to Z, so what is the shear force? Shear force is equal to minus Z by L. So here you got, when the load is present at A, the shear force is 0, and when the load is present at C, the shear force is equal to minus Z by L. When the unit load is present between B and C, that is X is greater than Z. So here, the unit load is present between B and C. So you have to find out what is the shear force at C by considering the left portion of C. Here you see this is the RA. So due to this reaction at A, so what is the shear force at C? Shear force at C is equal to RA. FC is equal to RA, but you know RA is equal to L minus X by L. And here also the shear force varying linearly with the X. Linearly with the X. So here also you have to find out when X is equal to Z, what is the shear force here? And when X is equal to L, what is the shear force here? When X is equal to Z, so here you have to put Z. So shear force at C is equal to L minus Z by L. Similarly, when X is equal to L, here you have to put X is equal to L. So shear force at C is equal to 0. So when the load is present here, when the unit load is present here, so this is the shear force L minus Z by L, and when the unit load is present here, and this is the shear force. This is the shear force. Then you can draw the influence line diagram. This is the influence line diagram, because here you see for left portion, here you see when X is equal to 0, shear force is equal to 0. Shear force is 0. And when X is equal to Z, shear force is equal to minus Z by L. This one minus Z by L. negative. And here, when x is equal to z, shear force is equal to L minus Z by L, positive. This is L minus Z by L, positive. Here, change the shear force. Minus Z by L to plus L minus Z by L. Then, when x is equal to L, the shear force is equal to 0. So, this is the influence line diagram for shear force at C. Coming to influence line diagram for moment at C, MC. Let's see with the section at a distance Z from support A, as shown in figure. Here also you have to find out for two cases when x is equal to less than Z and when x is greater than Z. That is when the unit load is present between A and C, what is the moment? And when the unit load is present between B and C, what is the moment? So first you have to find out, you have to draw the influence line diagram for moment at C. So for this moment, you have to draw the influence line diagram. Then you have to find out for left portion and for the right portion. When the unit load present for left portion, that is from A to C, what is the moment? And for right portion, when the unit load is present between B and C, that is from C to B, what is the bending moment? That you have to find out. X is less than Z. So you have to find out what is the moment here. RB into this distance. RB, you know, RB into this distance. This distance is L minus Z. RB into L minus Z. So, but you know, RB is equal to X by L into L minus Z. This is the bending moment at section C. So, MC is equal to RB into L minus Z is equal to X by L into L minus Z. And here also you see, so this is the relation between the bending moment and the position. Bending moment is linearly varying with X. Then here also you can find out when X is equal to 0, what is the MC? And when X is equal to Z, what is MC? So when X is equal to 0, when you will put here X is equal to 0, so MC is equal to 0. And when X is equal to Z, when you will put here X is equal to Z, so what is the value of MC? Z into L minus Z by L. So when the unit load is present at A, MC is equal to 0. And when the unit load is present at C, MC is equal to Z into L minus Z by L. Then, when the unit load is present between B and C, that is X is greater than Z. X greater than Z. When the unit load is present right side of the section C, between B and C, then what is the moment at C? First you find out the moment at C. RA into Z. The moment at C is equal to RA into Z. RA into Z. But you know RA is equal to L minus X by L. You know reaction at A is equal to L minus X by L into Z. Here also you see this is the relation between the bending moment at C and the position. The bending moment is varying linearly with X. When X is equal to Z, what is MC? And when X is equal to L, what is MC? That you have to find out. So here you find out because this is your value between B and C. So you can find out the MC value when the unit load is present at C. That is X is equal to Z. So what is the MC? So here you put, when you put here X is equal to Z, L minus Z by L into Z by L. So when X is equal to Z, MC is equal to Z into L minus Z by L. And when X is equal to L, when you put X is equal to L here, so MC is equal to 0. So now you got here, when the unit load is present at C, MC is equal to Z into L minus Z by L. And when unit load is present at B, MC is equal to 0. Then you can draw the influence line diagram for moment at C. This is the influence line diagram for moment at C. At A, that is when X is equal to 0, MC is equal to 0. This is, and when X is equal to Z, MC is equal to Z into L minus Z by L. This is this portion, Z into L minus Z by L. Then right side, so when X is equal to Z, MC is equal to Z into L minus Z by L. Same, Z into L minus Z by L. And when X is equal to L, MC is equal to 0. So this is the influence line diagram for moment at C. This is ILD for moment at C that you can plot. Now you are clear? Next class will discuss how to draw the influence line diagram for cantilever beam.